Hello and welcome to Yoga by Nature podcast. Have you ever wished that you could go to yoga class and just do Savasana? So miss out all the hard work and just lie down and be gently talked into a blissful relaxation. And so the following podcast in that case is for you. And it's just designed so you can rest and relax and get that lovely yoga feeling. Even if your energy is low or you just don't have time to do a full class, then this is there for you. I'm on Instagram, so please come and find me there at Yoga by Nature UK. And if you would like to attend an online or in-person class with me, you can find all about what I do at yogabynature.org. Feedback and questions are always welcome, so do get in touch with me if you like. It's info@yogabynature.org, and I really hope to see you on the mat soon. And if not, then it's just really lovely that you're out there and that you're listening. So this goes out from me to you with lots of love. Namaste. So let's do Savasana. Get as many cozy things as you need to be warm and comfortable for about the next just over 10 minutes. You might want to have a blanket underneath you as well as over you. Those of you who struggle to lie down flat, it may help to have a bolster or cushions under your knees. And you might want to have a cushion under your head as well. If you have an eye pillow, then have your eye pillow there. And then when you're ready, come and lie on your back and have your feet a little bit wider than your hips. And your toes just rolling out to the thighs. The toes rolling out to the sides so that your thighs roll out. And then have the arms resting at the sides with the palms facing up. Good. And now press your heels away down towards the bottom of the mat so that the toes draw back towards the shins. And press so much that the heels actually lift up away from the ground, and take a full inhale. And then as you exhale, just let the legs and the feet completely relax and drop into the ground. And now press the shoulders back and start to tuck your shoulder blades underneath you so that the breastbone lifts up. Take a full inhale into the breastbone. And then exhale, sink the back of the chest back into the ground. And now wrap the arms around the front of the body like you're giving yourself a big bear hug. And your hands will reach all the way around as if you're going to grab your shoulder blades. And now take a big inhale into the back of the chest. And as you exhale, just release the arms and let them fall back at the sides without arranging them at all. It doesn't matter if you're not completely symmetrical. And rest there. And be still unless you absolutely have to move now. You might like here to do Gyan Mudra with the thumb and the forefinger just very lightly touching. And then just let the weight of the body drop down into the ground. So the back of the body starts to become very heavy, as if it's being pulled towards the center of the earth, which it is. And the back of the body becomes so heavy, there's almost a merging. There might be a sense of merging between the body and the ground where
it's no longer clear to your senses where you begin and the ground ends, or where you end and the ground begins. And notice all the bits of you that are in contact with the ground. So let's move through all these touch points, noticing the back of the head and its contact with the ground. And just see if you can let the full weight of the head release down into the ground. That's no mean feat for the neck muscles to completely relax. And then just become aware of the backs of the shoulders and their contact with the ground. And the bits of your arms and your hands that are touching the ground. Can you let the full weight of the shoulders and the arms release down into the ground through these touch points? How heavy are the arms? Can you sense that? And then becoming aware of the bits of your back that are in touch with the ground. See if you can bring a little bit more back in contact with a bit more ground without any effort, but rather with a release of effort. So the back of the waistline begins to sink. The back of the spine lies heavy, in touch with the earth. Become aware of the back of your pelvis and how the back of the pelvis broadens and spreads as the weight of the pelvis is released down into gravity. And notice all the bits of your legs that are touching the ground. Can you let your femur bones begin to sit back a little bit deeper into your hip sockets, and for the weight of the legs to release down into gravity? Can you sense how heavy the legs are? And then become aware of all of these touch points along the back of the body simultaneously. And bring your awareness to the front of the body. And as we make the back of the body heavier, the front of the body can become lighter and more open. The back of the body heavy in matter and the front light in density. Let the front of the body open to the sky. So there's an expansiveness in contrast to this rootedness. See how the breath moves you and how the body moves to accommodate the breath. How the body changes shape every single time we breathe. As you soften into the inner body, see how much you can allow the breath to move as it will. And now begin to let the legs fall away from the body. Let the arms begin to fall away from the body. And let the skin and the muscle begin to fall away from the bone. So there's an unraveling, a loosening, a softening of the boundaries. Bring the awareness to the base of the skull. And imagine the whole of the spine beginning to unravel from the base of the skull, all the way down the neck, past the rib cage, down the lower spine, the sacrum, and then into the tailbone. This unraveling. And at the tailbone, imagine a real tail that's unraveling from the tailbone all the way down to the bottom of your mat. Now imagine what it would feel like if you could breathe with your whole body. Whole body breathing in, breathing out. And now take a few conscious breaths. If you prefer to stay and enjoy Savasana for a bit longer, then stay where you are. And if it's time for you to come back, then just very gently begin to move when you're ready to. Maybe moving first by wiggling the fingers and the toes, and gently turning the head. And then in your own time, just rolling over onto one side and coming to take a seat when you're ready to.